Houston, we have ourselves a problem. Breaking news. Post Las Vegas round 2020. Round 2022, of course, Cameron. It looks like Lando and Oscar Piastri about to get disqualified. Not at the altar of fuel sampling, lest we forget they've got to have at least 1 litre in there, blah, blah, blah. You know the drill. At the altar of plankware. Oh, the humanity. We should have known. Bloody sparks all flying. For the avoidance of that, let me set the table this way. It isn't broken yet, but it will break soon. It is speculation and conjecture settings for now, but bear with. They are in with the stewards. Here's what we know, chat. The FIA at local time, 32 minutes past 11. The FIA issued this statement. The driver and team representatives are required to report to the stewards at 11:45. Bloody Nora, midnight settings in relation to the incident below. Driver number 4, car number 4, alleged breach of Article 3.5.9 FIA Formula 1 technical regulations. Rearmost skid is less than the required thickness, lest we forget. 10mm settings. Scuderia and Ferrari have been struggling with this as near as makes no difference all season long. It's the ground effect era. The way you optimise for downforce, therefore, is to run the car super low. Stable, yes, but super low in the first instance. First order priority. Ferrari built a car SF25 that they can't run quickly unless it's super low to the ground. Chinese sprint race weekend, you will recall. Now, apparently, McLaren found potentially guilty. Their skid plank is, guess what? Check this out. The skid wear, upon investigation, again, it's breaking news. We're looking out for it. As soon as it comes down the pipe, you'll know it here first. So stay tuned. This is what the FIA were doing. And again, DAZN reported it in the first instance that Joe Bauer was in there in the McLaren garage peeking around, as was Nicholas Tombiasis, sampling this bloody excessive plankwear settings. This is what the FIA have said since. The skid wear on cars numbers 81, that's Oscars, and 4, they were both checked. The rearmost skid was measured on both cars according to the team's legality documents submission in accordance with Technical Directive 039, item 1.2b1. The measured thickness was less than 9mm on both cars. Oh, the humanity. This usually, 9 times out of 10, this is an instant disqualification. They do not mess around with this sort of stuff, the FIA, as the regulatory body of the billion-dollar sports franchise that is F1. As you might expect, chat, 9mm, if it's a millimetre too thin, then it's a millimetre too thin. That's excessive plankwear. Slam dunk case. Johnson open and shut. Here's what they said. Less than 9mm on both cars, which is the minimum thickness required by TR Article 3.5.9e. I'm referring this matter to the stewards. Here's what you need to know. Chris Mellon said, you know what, breaking news. Both McLarens, you don't need to see my face in this. The news is more important. Breaking news. Both McLarens referred to the stewards to skid wear issues. Chris Medland says the measurement thickness for rearmost, again, regurgitates what we've just read, right? Chris Medland continues that if past his prologue, this will be a slam dunk. Just rule it out straight away from now. These guys aren't going to make it. Chris Medland says the team is off to the stewards at quarter to 12, midnight. That was 20 minutes ago. Usually a pretty quick decision for these. Slam dunk. No chance, chat. This is happening in real time in your voice. We'll stay tuned. I want to break the news as it comes down the pipe here. Oh wow, look at this. Oh, the humanity. Apparently, is it just dropped? I haven't seen it just yet, but it sounds like both McLarens are about to get DQ'd. Oh, the humanity. It's tricky, this. I'm telling you. Max Verstappen, go on then, for the avoidance of doubt. The news coming down, and we're waiting the verdict officially. But again, it's coming soon. Next couple of minutes, breaking potentially. They have been disqualified officially. Dizzy, oh, the humanity. You are joking. Both McLarens gone at the altar of excessive plankwear. Oh, the humanity. I haven't seen it come down my end yet. I'm just waiting. That is chaos, chat. If this is true, look, 42 points was the gap between Max Verstappen and Lando Norris. Now, apparently, if Lando gets disqualified. Take that 18 points off for second place. 24 points is the delta with 2 races to go. Oh, the humanity. I can't cope. Fake account saying it's disqualified. Okay, so we'll stay tuned, Caroline. I need to get the official line. All F1 journos are created equally, but some are created more equal than others. We'll hang around. 609 of you watching concurrently. Do me a favour and smash the like if you could, because it's gonna get. We'll hang around for the next however long it takes, because this is an important one. If we're having the conversation under the aegis, of course, of a drivers' championship. I'm nervous. Palms are sweaty. Mom's spaghetti. Again, I'll leave this up to the right-hand side of your screen. Chris Medlin says that this is almost slam dunk. The 9 times out of 10. If you plankware, what's the protest? What have they got to protest? Of course, Andrea Stella's going to protest it. But what is under what grounds? The plankware is the plankware. 10 millimeters is the guideline. If it's 9 millimeters, if it's 9.9, lest we forget 2021 and the slot gap, the DRS was like point something 001 of a millimeter out. If it's out, you saw what they did to Kimi Antonelli. Like they're not messing around now. Like either it's very binary, and I think they're about to get disqualified. We await the news. We'll stay tuned. We'll hang around. Let's have a go. Oh, the humanity. I'm just waiting. I need to get the official from Chris Medlin. 680 if you're watching concurrently, do me a favour and smash the like. I even want DQ as a Qatar fan, as an Oscar fan. Oh my gosh, just lights the championship back up if this happens. And you know what? You remember Liam Parker. This is where it gets techier than techie things. You recall Liam Parker was saying that this isn't a sport anymore. This is sports entertainment. So if we're having that conversation, this conversation under that umbrella heading, then what do you think they're going to do? If there is wiggle room, if there is cause, of course they're going to disqualify both Lando and Oscar. Why would they not? Bet your bottom dollar that they're going to do it. This is like, do you know what I mean? There's billions at stake with this type of decision. We're just waiting. For those of you who are just joining, we're just awaiting the news. This will be a disqualification, a double disqualification at the altar of excessive plankware. Oh, the humanity. We're just waiting for it to come down the pipe. How long does the decision usually take? Well, Chris Medlin says it's usually slam dunk. Super quick time. Huh. Oh, the humanity. What are we doing? Took 30 minutes to disqualify Lewis. So again, they were in the stewards at quarter to the hour. So we've probably got about 6 minutes till that comes. If it's plankware, then doesn't that mean they will be having to dial it back going forward? Probably, Jason. Probably this is an issue for McLaren. You know, I did think to myself, how have McLaren become so fast and haven't bought any upgrades? Is that past the smell test? Does it really? Pass the smell test. I don't know. It's techie. We're waiting. Next 10 minutes, hopefully, we're going to get message. All eyes on Chris Medlin's Twitter again. All F1 journos are created equally, but some are created more equal than others. This could be Latifi, Abu Dhabi 2021. It could be that gargantuan. I'm just doing some quick maths, however. Do you remember we spoke about this? That Barcelona, the hot-headed showing by Maximilian Verstappen cost him 9 points in Barcelona. Let me tell you this, chat. This is chaos. 24 points, as at the time of writing, is the delta between Max and Lando pre-disqualification. Expecting that to come down the pipe any second now. Take away the 18 points in the event of a Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri disqualification. 24 points will be the delta between Maximilian Verstappen. There are 15 points. Let's imagine a world where Max Verstappen wins both Qatar and Abu Dhabi and the sprint. Therefore, that's another 15 points out of that gap, leaving, therefore, a 9-point delta. How many points did Max Verstappen squander at Barcelona? If I recall, it was 9 points. Oh, the humanity. Double DNF, it's coming down the pipe. Let me see. Lando's not going to be happy with this. Again, this is a breaking news story. All eyes on Chris Medlin's Twitter, eh? He'll be one of the first to leak it. And again, DAZN did a brilliant video where they showed Joe Bauer and Nicholas Tombias, his technical director, going into the McLaren garage to check all of these things. Yeah, there will be cheating accusations, won't there? Every man and their dog will be looking at McLaren. Oh, that cheat car, inertia valve, techier than techie things each and every single time. Carpenter, go on then. This will be coming imminently, I promise you, but I'm going to stay with, because this, I mean, techier than techie things, gargantuan as far as deciding which way the championship of the drivers variety might go. So again, just to recap, just busted. What about Oscar letting Lando through? Hamilton had a disqualification for the same issue. They don't mess around with this. Plankware is plankware, whether it's a millimetre or 10 centimetres. Do you know what I mean? Per dom in Fast and Furious. Doesn't matter whether it's an inch or a mile. If you're DQ'd, then you're DQ'd. Oscar will be livid. Imagine if they've been doing this all the while. You know what I mean? Lest we forget double DRS Baku last year. This is F1. Of course, they're going to push the boundaries. This is F1. There are no lengths to which F1 teams will not go. 24-point gap if disqualification with 2 races left and a sprint. Imagine a world, they're going to want to say this, imagine a world where Max Verstappen wins both the sprint and the 2 races. The gap, therefore, would come down from 24 points to 9. How many points did Max Verstappen give away at Barcelona? Oh my God, I can't even do it, chat. I can't even chew it. It's too much. It is too much. What are we doing here? Again, let me summarise. This is important. Just waiting on the news. Again, probably within the next 10 minutes per Chris Medland, the legend. Because for the avoidance of doubt, all F1 journos are created equally, but some are created more equal than others. Let me just flash up. Here's what's happened. For those of you who are just coming in, FI have released this statement. Alleged breach of Article 3.5.9. So they went in and investigated it. DAZN had a really, really good clip. Who cares? Holy smoke. Edward, are you joking? How can you not care if you care about Formula One? So the FIA, Tom Biasis and Joe Bauer went into McLaren to survey and scrutineer the car. Chaos, Sylvan. Chaos. Here's what we know. They said that the rearmost skid plank of both car number 41 and car number 4 and car number 81, Lando and Oscar Piastri respectively, measured 9 millimeters. That's less than the mandated 10 millimeters normally under these circumstances per Chris Medland. This is a slam dunk case, right? Disqualification settings. Chris Medland tweets, both McLarens were referred to stewards for skid wear, rear skid wear. The measured thickness of the rearmost skid was less than 9 millimeters per the official FIA statement. Chris Medland goes on to expound upon this. This takes too long. They won't get this. No, I don't know, John. I don't know what the protest is, mate. No, MBS, I don't think they'll let them off. Why will they let them off? No one cares about 9 points. 9 points. How many points I thought Lando scored 18 for second. Maybe that's just me being stupid. 9 points, Edward. You're having a laugh, aren't you? Chris Medland says that the team is off to the stewards at 1:45. That was nearly 29 minutes ago now. So in 5 minutes time at the time of writing, usually a pretty quick decision for these. Jeez, I think it's coming, chat. Maybe this is me being overly optimistic. I think this is coming down the pipe any second now. So are they both disqualified? Not yet, but I think you can take, if you were a betting man, then you can assume that this is going to happen per Chris Medland and Ronald Vording and anybody else that's covered the sport. If past this prologue, they should be disqualified, but we'll wait and see. Let's stay tuned. Hold the line, chat. Zach is crying and pleading. They should be, but let's see. Isn't this what McLaren was afraid of in Kota? Hence the slower pace of these. How embarrassing. That's why all of a sudden they were lifting and coasting towards the end, right? Everybody thought it was the fuel sample. It was not the fuel sample. It was the excessive plank wear, and maybe therefore foul. Get your Max Verstappen bets in now before the odds days. A good shout, Eater. I don't hate that. Still 24 points is a lot though. Lando will have to screw this up, Rory. 24 points. But then if Max optimises, it goes down to, Stecky. The margins of error, the 9 points lost in the past. No, Edward. Here's the point that I'm trying to make. Let me make this clear because this is really, really critical. It was 9 points that Max Verstappen lost because of Barcelona and a hot-headedness and trying to show George Russell spitefulness. But again, Max has that in his locker from time to time. Currently, the gap between Max Verstappen and Lando Norris sits at 24 points. If Lando, or 42 points even, if Lando Norris gets disqualified, that will go down to 24 points. Now, if Max Verstappen does everything he can do and Lando Norris finishes seconds, let's say hypothetical games, let's say Max wins Qatar and wins Abu Dhabi and wins the sprint race also. That 24 points will go down to 15. Excuse me. That 24 points will go down to 9 points. So the delta as at the season finale, Abu Dhabi, would be 9 points. Remind me, Edward, this 9 points that you don't care about in Barcelona. You're telling me it's insignificant? I beg to differ, mate. Cameron, you heard my theory about them. I know Cameron was saying that to Max Verstappen. Still no official word. Yeah, it's taking longer than normal, eh? We'll get the news shortly, I'm telling you, but we'll hang around because it's going to get... Do me a favour, do you know what I mean? Smash the like. This is breaking news, and I have to break it because imagine Lando gets disqualified for real. Oh, the humanity! Championship game on. Oh, the humanity. Can you spell climactic? Gonna get Turkey things. Go on then, all eyes on the old Chris Medland Twitter spheres. I'm keen. I need to see what's going on here. I'm just nervous. 1,400 of you watching Coca-Cola, do me a favour and smash the like. To summarise for those of you who are just jumping in, there is a hissy fit in the office. Everybody's panicking. Nobody knows what's going on. Lando Norris, we saw Lando going home, catching the next flight on the Ted Kravitz podcast. Eric Van Haren writes, McLaren representative must report to the stewards in 5 minutes. This was a while ago. 7:41. Yeah, so normally this leads to disqualification, writes Eric Van Haren, legendary F1 journo. Max Verstappen's deficit to Lando would therefore be 24 points, and the Dutchman would draw level with Oscar Piastri. What are we doing? Disqualification incoming. We're just waiting on the official news now. Let's have a go. Come on. What are we doing here? Just waiting on the official. Come on, Medland. Give us a McLaren awaits verdict on skid block wear after Las Vegas. 9mm. It should be 10. What are we doing here? I think that's a slam dunk case, Johnson. Open and shut case. What are we doing here? Just waiting on the official for Chris Medland here. And again, in this instance, all F1 journals are created equally, but some are created more equal than others. Stay tuned. We'll chill out here for a minute because this is too salacious and juicy for me to end the stream and then have to come back at a later date. If the FIA lets Lando off, the championship is tainted. How? It's been 37 minutes longer than usual, to be fair, chat. Normally this is open and shut, right? 9mm is less than 10. Ergo, here's a light for you, Cameron. Keep it coming. Do it, says Agato. Go on then. Come on, Medlin. Give us some news, mate. It's not the official count. Check the official. Yeah, not official just yet. If it isn't a DQ now, it's very obvious. I don't know. I don't think we can go to the tinfoil hat conspiracy theory just yet. But why are they taking so long? That's the point. Why are they taking so long? Yeah, no, nothing official just yet. So stay tuned. It feels like it's coming imminently, but nothing official just yet. Just chill out, chat. But it feels like the disqualification, the DQ is coming. Alif, again, if you just join in, it sounds like, it feels and looks like a potential disqualification, a double disqualification. McLaren, Oscar Piastri, and Lando Norris, meaning that therefore that a 42-point lead in the championship will go down to what? 24. Go. If Max Verstappen does everything he needs to do and Lando Norris finishes second to Max Verstappen's first over the next 2 Grand Prix and 1 sprint race, that gap, ladies and gentlemen, the 24-point gap will become 9. Has Max Verstappen given away 9 points at any race season to date? I cannot remember. Barcelona mentioned no names. It's going to get techie things. Go on then. 9 is less than 10. Last document was posted at 8:36. 100%. We're waiting. When news is coming, chat. Stay tuned. It might be a few minutes just yet. Normally they come down the pipe quicker than this. The longer it takes, the more that I worry it's a useless penalty. Now it's taking too long. They just need to cut the BS. Oh, John, don't say it. Don't say it. Your boy's just refreshing out here, trying to break some news. Stars will align for the best driver to win again, potentially. And who is the best driver? If not for the one that they call Maximilian Verstappen, Lando Y Max. Go on then. Come on, Chris Medland, give us some news, chap. And again, in these instances, you want to. I always quip that all F1 journos are created equal, but some are created more equal than others. This is that. This is that. Like you got to trust and verify. And someone tag and say what's going on. Warrior, go on then. If you're just joining, here's what's important. Here's what you need to know. The document says is less about the thickness, not alleged slam dunk. It's got to be slam dunks, Lonely. Otherwise, they've got to give us some sit. This would be if they didn't do this, it would be big chaos. For those of you just joining, let me go through again. It looks like Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri are both going to get disqualified at the altar of excessive plank wear. Lest we forget, needs to be 10 millimeters. It is 9. In the first instance, the FIA started investigating because of an alleged breach of Article 3.5.9. That the rearmost skid is less than the required, and then you get this: the skid wear of car numbers 81 and 4 was checked. The rear, again, all official FIA documents, plank job done. 9 millimeters is not 10 millimeters, it is less than. What are we doing here, Irwin? So go on then. This is the second document that the FIA have published. Skid wear of car numbers 81 and 4 was checked. The rearmost skid was measured on both cars according to the team's legality document submission in accordance with TD039 blah blah blah. The measured thickness was less than 9 millimeters on both cars, which is the minimum thickness required. Less than 9. I thought it was 10. Oh, the humanity. Bloody door. What happened to George at Spa? Gone. What happened to Lewis in China? Lando Norris has exited stage left. We are waiting, chat. It's going to get techie. Do me a favour and smash the like if you like the stream. It's going to get techie. News is coming imminently. And again, potentially all back on. Game on. As far as the championship of the drivers' variety is concerned. I'm telling my girlfriend now, Andy Powell is sat to Aston Martin. Guess he'll be back. He's not sat. Come on. You got to fact check these things. Trust but verify. Go on, I'm just refreshing this. We're gonna stay here until the news breaks proper. Drive to survive. Lando knows. Oh, the humanity. Go on then. As soon as this breaks, you'll know. So stay tuned. 1900 if you're watching concurrently. And if you're just joining, if you're just dropping in, then we're waiting the news that potentially both McLarens are double DNFing. 9 millimeters is minimum. Both McLarens have less than 9. So what's the hold up for, Warrior? Then just DQ them and tell us as much. Openness and transparency, FIA. What are we doing? Cam hasn't seen the Aston Martin news. Behave yourself. Is that for real? For real, Tuna? Aston Martin sack Andy Cowell. Behave yourself. No, you boys. But that's misdirection, surely. Let me have a gander. Something has been going on at Aston Martin. Oh my gosh, Aston Martin have fired up. Gee. Do you want any more breaking news? Oh my gosh. Aston Martin fire Andy Cowell. It's breaking news all over the show. What is going on? Aston Martin bad despedir at Andy Cowell. They're going to say goodbye to him. Andy Cowell said, wow. And that's 12 minutes ago. What are we doing? Do me a favour. If you like the stream, like the stream. Breaking news coming out our eyes and ears at the moment. Piastri gave 1 millimeter to Lando. Breaking news. Ottovan. So, okay. Aston Martin breaking news. Andy Cowell gone. Incoming Christian Horner potentially. There's been a rumour for a while that, but again, we'll 9.9 millimeters with 2 minutes. Yeah, potentially, James. We are awaiting breaking news that McLaren are in the stewards, by the way, and the news is just breaking. Behave yourself. Horner to Aston Martin. Let's not get distracted here. Come on, Chris Medland, sort us out. Adrian Newey, Horner won't go to Aston Martin. New will block it, I reckon. So, Jason, if we're having a conversation now, Adrian Newey and Christian Horner have already buried the hatchet. So says Joe Saywood, who's infinitely closer to these things than you and I. The team was off to the stewards 45 minutes ago, Chris Medland. Oscar made to sand an extra. Yeah, take the extra off of Oscar's, eh? This isn't funny. Really running out of time before hit. John, it's chaos. And both cars correct. That's not a good look for McLaren. Again, I'm going to leave this up there so you can reference it. 2,200 of you watching can currently do me a favour and smash the like. We are breaking the news here. News pending. Zach on a diatribe. We manifested this, boys. Oh, the humanity, for real, for real. Go on then. Next couple of minutes, I reckon. Next 10, 15 potentially, and we'll stay around here. We'll break the news as soon as these McLaren boys come out the bloody stewards. As soon as we know, we'll break it on here. I want to show you the DAZN link talking in Spanish. These guys saying that, listen, we saw something going on. That Joe Bauer and Nicholas Tombiasis, the technical director of the FIA, broke into the McLaren garage to scrutiny everything. They just got to throw them. What's going on here? I just don't understand what's taking so long. Like, why is there? Come on, please. Maybe the Aston Martin Andy Cowell is just misdirection. This could mean that McLaren will limp. Come on, they need to put Zach's face on camera. I think they've all gone home. They all jump on the first private jet back because they need to get to Qatar quickly, right? Because that's next week. Remember, this is the first race of a triple header. So they've all got to go super, super quickly. Get in there, Joe. Go on then. We're refreshing, chat. As soon as I know, you will know. Oh my gosh. This. You can't even get more dramatic, chat. This is proper chaos. 2,200 of you watching, and potentially we're going to get a disqualification coming down the pipe. Breaking news. Nothing broken just yet, but Zach sending an email to the FIA. The FIA is watching. Ironically, seen Andrea Stella. He looked quite chill. Cam, did you hear? You heard Ted Kravitz saying that Stella told Zach what's the problem? What the problem was, and he looked unimpressed. The plot thickens. Of course, that brand's going to be unimpressed. Not a good look, is it? PR settings, papaya rules. You know what I mean? It F5, boys. No. Has it happened? I'm refreshing. I've never hit F5 more often in my life. Disqualification, double disqualification has to be incoming, surely. Stella looked very worried, and that's why they closed the garage, right? Incoming, for those of you just joining, double disqualification potentially coming down the pipe for McLaren. Why would they spare McLaren? This is better for the championship. I know sports entertainment, right? But is that the right thing that we want to be doing around there? I miss Christian Horner and all his sorted comments. Me and you both. Come on, Medland, give us some news, chap. Lando's. See what Cooper's got to say. Sometimes Cooper. You're a legend, Dusty. Christmas came early, potentially, but let's not count our chickens, Dusty. It's 3 a.m. and I'm supposed to be sleeping, but I'm watching this under the covers like a kiddo while my wife does. Oh, the humanity, Dusty. I can't cope. I just need this to... Team McLaren are crying. Just break it already. What are we doing here? Again, all eyes on the Twitter of Chris Medland and Adam Cooper. Those two are the goatiest ones. What was the margin in it? Mate, it was less than... It was less than that. So that's the headline, right? That's all that you need to know. Less than 9. Huh. Cam, this means Lewis P8. So I'll vote him retroactive driver there. I don't hate it, sir. I don't hate it, certain. I don't hate it. For those of you who are just joining, impending McLaren doom, double disqualification coming down the pipe. I mean, the overweight lady has not sung just yet, but will be soon in the next, I reckon in the next 10 minutes, but they've been in there a while. Normally this is slam dunk, but it's not slam dunking just yet. No news potentially is bad news. Yeah, Sky Sports are reporting it now. Craig Slater saying that potentially they could be in trouble. If Lando gets disqualified, I will propose to my missus. Let's go. I don't hate lose less than 9mm, no excuses. But I mean, the FIA have a history of consistent inconsistency. Lest we forget, should we play conspiracy theory for a second? DP World is owned by the brother of Mohammed bin Sulayem. DP World is an official sponsor of McLaren. Not quite title sponsor, but you'll see the DP World all over the bloody helmets and the car. So if anybody were going to get a cheeky blight as we go into Qatar, then then McLaren would be there. Why is it taking so bloody long? Why is it taking so bloody long? Get out of the way, Mohammed Ben Sulayem. What are we doing? Everybody's just refreshing here. Oscar Piastri leaving the circuit. No way. Andrea Seidel potentially to replace Andy Cowell at Aston Martin. What are we doing here? This is just too... What is going... The F1 gods have blessed us this morning. It is 8:32 a.m. British time, and we're about to get ourselves some news. Well, we've gotten ourselves some news already, Andy Cowell, but potentially gargantuan news coming down the pipe as far as Lando Norris's penalty. Cheeky disqualification since his plank wear is excessive, more than mandated. Cameron, is the Max Championship back on? Potentially. So here's what you need to know. Currently, the gap between Lando, if the result is as it stands even, Max Verstappen winning Las Vegas and Lando Norris finishing second, the gap in the drivers' standings will be 42 points. If certain, you're a legend. If, as expected, both McLarens get disqualified, then the gap between Max and Lando will be 24 points. If Max Verstappen wins all three of the races remaining, the sprint and the 2 Grand Prix, that gap will come down by 15 points and will be 9 points. If we're waterfalling out and analysing, if I recall correctly, 9 points is how many points Max Verstappen gave away by dint of his hothead moment at Barcelona. Best of what. You're a legend, Shanna. Appreciate you, mate. Hello from the USA. What's going on from London, UK? This is what Team Lando gets for put. I know we said a gazillion times, didn't we, Shanna? You're too kind, mate. Yeah, how very dare they put his name in the same sentence as Ayrton Senna. What are you talking about, Zach Brown? Almost an hour now. Why are they taking so long? Usually slam dunk, and this is taking a long time to get announced, as Cameron Jr. would say. Why is it taking so long? Let's get moving. Chris Medland et al. For the avoidance of doubt, McLaren have been sequestered, called to the stewards as at quarter to the hour. That means by my timing, it's been 50 minutes. The world of F1 watches and waits. There are 2,600 of you in the chat waiting for this news. Again, as at the last count, on your right hand side of your screen, Bauer and Tom Biasis, FIA delegates, both checked the rearmost skid plank of the McLaren. Both car number 8 E1 and car number 4 Lando Norris's and Oscar Piastri's, and they found the plank to be measured less than 9 millimeters, meaning therefore slam dunk disqualification. But the news is pending for those of you who are just joining. It's going to get trickier than confused off here. What are we doing? Do me a favour, if you like the stream, then like the stream. We're awaiting the verdict now. Next couple of minutes, hopefully. It's too nerve-wracking, this. What's Adam Cooper saying? Come on, Cooper and Medland. No, not disqualified, not confirmed yet. Not confirmed yet, but everything apart from the overweight lady singing is pointing towards a double disqualification. We'll state it. Let's chill out. Dutch Telegraph has called it already. Jeez. No, so by my reckoning, so Eric Van Haren is the Telegraph's guy, and I am looking for this news as I'm talking to you, and he hasn't confirmed anything just yet. I can't confirm. I cannot confirm that Andy Cowell news just yet. A couple of outlets are reporting it. I mean, you got to trust but verify these things, right? No, nothing from Eric Van Haren just yet. No disqualification officially just yet. It's looking like, in all probability, if you're a betting man, double disqualification imminent from McLaren, but nothing to report just yet. Nothing, not just yet. Shame for Lando and Piastri. I know, can you imagine? How must they be feeling? Lando must be on the plane. Lando will probably find out when he touches down in Qatar. Lest we forget, it's a triple header. So they've got to go out to, this is the first weekend of a triple header. Qatar next, and then Abu Dhabi shortly thereafter. So they have no time to wait. No time to waste. Even team morale settings. Can you imagine? Oh, the humanity. Mats is the GOAT. I mean, he wasn't too bad today, this Mats fella. 55 minutes since Chris Medland's last post. We'll stay tuned. Look, we'll hang around as long as needs to be, because this is breaking. The DP World Check hit the FIA account, and it wouldn't be the bloody first time. Do you know what I mean? Even if it's 0.1 millimeter, disqualify them, both of them. I think that's what's going to happen. If I were a betting man, that's what I'd go for. 8.93 millimeter was Lewis China. I mean, the bloody Brazil 2021 was 0.00 something of a millimeter. There was nothing on there, but it got techier than techie things. No, Zach, this is so not right. Oh, the humanity. We are waiting. For those of you just joining, we're waiting this breaking news. McLaren potentially about to get double disqualification at the altar of what you see on the right-hand side. Both skid planks, the rear portions of it, deemed to measure less than the mandated 9 millimeters. We're waiting. This will come soon. I think the next 10-15 minutes, but it's concerning that it's not Telegraph, says Chad. Yeah, no, we go like Chris Medland is the guy. Okay, if you're on Twitter, definitely I'd recommend going and follow him. That's where I get all my official breaking news from. And again, palms are sweaty, chat. I can't cope with this. If the cars are too low, then they are too low. 100% Miami. Me and you are singing from the same hymn sheet here. If you're just joining, impending breaking news about the McLaren cars. We are waiting. McLaren are in the stewards room as we speak. 9 millimeters is the minimum. Then what is the point of saying that there is the minimum at which you can be under 9 millimeters? Yeah, no, I think if I were a betting man, I think they'll get thrown out. But again, we're just waiting for the confirmation, and then we'll. You are jealous of Lando. Official breaking news. Not yet, Max. Coming. I don't know why it's taking so long. Normally 15-20 minutes. If this was Lewis, it would be an open and shut case, Johnson. They would have announced it. No need for any review or due diligence. Just announce it. They've left. Oh, come on. Give us the news. 2,900 if you're watching can go do me a favour and smash the like. I think the reason it's taking so long is because they are waiting for Lando and Oscar to come back. Oscar and Lando have got nothing to do with this now. It's the car, right? This is just objective scrutineering. Here we go. Okay, Adam Cooper tweets, teams have sensors that measure the load on the planks, and that info is correlated to the potential plank wear, so they know when things are getting marginal, hence why they were ordering Lando to lift and coast super aggressively towards the end of the race. They know when things are getting marginal, but they can't measure the actual wear during a race, says Adam Cooper. You called it, Cameron. F1 gods are triggered by Zach Brown and Papaya rules. Shane, they've turned their back on the papaya-coloured car, right? Adam Cooper writes, they can't measure the actual wear during a race. Those concerns probably explain the call for Lando to lift and coast. A rival team tells me that the rear plank, which is the issue at McLaren, is much harder to monitor than the front. Piastri's car, which spent a lot of time in DRS, would in theory be subject to less loading over the race than Lando's, writes Adam Cooper. Announce it already. What are we doing? Come on, Adam. Like, what? Just announce it. What are we doing here? Yeah, it might be. Well, that sounds like they're already trying to set something up, right? Lando's left. Lando has left the track. Exit stage left, eh? Come on. Coming soon. Next couple of minutes. 3,000 of you watching. Hurry up and disqualify. Oh no, we just waited for it to break. Please. Why? Lando Norris, for those of you who are just joining, let's go through the context again. This is important. 3,200. You guys are legends, one and all. I appreciate you to the moon and back. If you like the channel, then like the stream. Subscribe. Don't forget to. Here's what you need to know. We'll go through it again because it's techier than techie things, this. Circa 60 minutes ago, the FIA released this in the first instance, that there was an alleged breach of Article 3.5.9, that the rearmost skid is less than the required thickness being 9.9 millimeters, excuse me. Then you get this. Again, official FIA documents, release the damn files. What are we doing, Tang? This is nonsense. Then we get this again, probably about 45 minutes ago. The skid wear of car numbers 81 and 4 were both checked. The rearmost skid was measured on both cars according to the team's legality documents. Your boy needs to put on his glasses clearly. Legality document submission in accordance with TD039. The measured thickness was less than the mandated 9mm on both cars, which is the minimum thickness required by TR Article 3.5.9E. And then Chris Medland writes this. Are you skidding? Brilliant. Chris Medland writes, the McLaren bods were referred to the stewards for excessive skid wear issues. Normally, this is slam dunk case, writes Chris Medland. And again, all F1 journos are created equally, but some are created more equal than others. The team is after the stewards quarter to the hour. So this is an hour ago now, 60 minutes. Imagine if Max pulls this off. Chris Medland writes, normally, this is open and shut case, Johnson. Turn it around quickly. Let's all go home. Do you know what I mean? How does this affect Lando's next Vogue magazine production, mate? You can't afford to do any at the moment. It's too techy. It's too close in the championship. Do you know what I mean? He's fighting for his dreams out here. Exactly. Why didn't tell Oscar to lift and go? So it's a good shout, though. It's a good shout. Shouts are complex. Right. Let's have a look at this. Nothing just yet. Again, this is coming down the pipe. But there's other breaking news. It sounds like Andy Cowell's gone. What? To be replaced by Andrea Seidel? What are we doing here? Just chaotic. More chaotic than chaotic things. Why is it taking so long? I have no idea. Float like a bee. I have no idea. Sometimes these things take some time. But they shouldn't. I suppose the rear is more complicated than the front. Carly legend. Lando scraping his arse too hard down the Las Vegas strip. He's gone home. He's jumped on the first private jet. Well, they need to go to, they're not going home, they're going to Qatar, right? Remember, first weekend of a triple header, and that makes this even more techie than techie things. We're watching the news. We'll break it. As soon as it comes, you guys will be the first to know, so just hang around. If I have a spine for what potentially, but don't be too premature. I think this news is coming shortly, but I don't think we should be too premature on this. Not necessarily. Like it's not over until the overweight lady sings. And again, look, 42 points is the delta currently between Max in third and Lando in first in the drivers' standings. If things stay as they are, the Las Vegas result, Max winning and Lando Norris taking up second. However, if Lando gets thrown out and disqualified, lest we forget Liam Parker said this is content that we're creating, no longer a sport. If Lando gets DQ'd, that 42 points becomes 24 points. Now, if Max Verstappen wins each of the 2 remaining Grand Prix and the 1 remaining sprint, that gap will close by an additional 15 points, taking the points differential to 9 points. I mean, lots can go. There's lots to race for here, isn't there? I suppose you've got to normalise for the fact that at Qatar and Abu Dhabi they're warmer than Las Vegas, and so you'd expect McLaren to be quicker, be better. You didn't know how to tweet at Vault King all over to where do you think the lad gets all his news from? The most updated, up to date ones. Sat out here, FO trying to lift another title. Well, let's see. But it is sport. Or is it sports entertainment? Or is it just entertainment? I mean, you guys tell me. Why is it taking so bloody long? That's what I want to know. This 24 points in 3 races is doable. Well, when you consider that first to second is 7 points, if Lando finishes second every single race, then it's in the bag. He'd need to drop more points to an Oscar or George Russell, and that's where he gets techie than techie things. Come on, Chris Medland, do me a solid, mate. Normally it's done, but again, sometimes 33 seem to be one, potentially. A secondary thing is this. The last 2 races, McLaren for sure will be on the side of court. 100%, so they might be a bit slower. We're hanging around. This is WWE levels of suspense and cinema. Impossible cinema. Pant-wetting cinema. FaceTime Peter. Should I FaceTime Mr. Windsor? Let me message him. Should you? I messaged Peter earlier. I don't want to harass him. I said, is this going to happen? Mr. Windsor will probably have the inside track on this as well. since I started watching Cam. I'm no longer living under a rock. You're a legend, Flow Like a V. I appreciate you. 3,300 of you watching Conconi. Do me a favour and smash the like. As soon as this news breaks, you will have it. I figured I was going to wait till it breaks, and then broke and then came on. And now I just thought, you know what? We'll do it live. Illegal skid blocks potentially, mate. They expand when getting hot. Therefore, they can put the car lower. Yeah, somebody was saying about that recently, right? That they were doing something a bit techie. Fernando Alonso, maybe. Aston Martin. That's maybe the source of the protest, potentially. Smash the like. You go when we will know. Hope within the next 10-15 minutes. But I've been saying that for the last 30. Lest we forget that they've been in the stewards now for 60 minutes. So there's something going on in the background here. Good news for Oscar because Lando outscored 100%. So it makes it closer between Oscar as well. I should talk about the Oscar points delta, but do you know what I mean? Availability heuristic, love an 8-point gap between all heading into Abu Dhabi. Oof, techie. I mean, it's a rising F1, a rising cinematic tide floats all F1 boats. This is circumstance, right? Like, how can you hate this? And again, we're just waiting on the bloody news, and as soon as it breaks, you guys will know here first. But I just figured, release the files. I mean, if this was I'd love to delve into that. Were this not an apolitical channel? Meantime, Chris is sitting watching your suspense and anxiety. Like Chris Medlin probably will be watching. Like, you know, I'll just leave them to cook. Let them cook. Let me just chill out here for a bit. I'm scanning this. Nothing just yet. Where is the news? No skid blocks rule apply for British cars. No underfueling tea. We thought it was a fuel sample initially, right? That why Lando was lifting and the extent to which Lando lifted and coasted. I was reminded of Spa-Francorchamps in 2022 when they advised Checo and go to bed, Cameron. Nothing to see here. Perhaps, maybe. No, but I was reminded of 2022 Spa-Francorchamps when GP came over the radio and was advising Max Verstappen to lift and coast through Eau Rouge and the compression portion because it was a sprint race that weekend that I hadn't had enough time to set the car properly and had gone too aggressive with the ride height. And then they were on the brink of a cheeky DNF at the altar of excessive plank wear. Oh, the humanity. Come on. Let's news coming. I promise you. Zach is offering. Oh my gosh. I can't. Lost since. What are we doing here? Right. It's coming, chat. I promise you. It is coming. We are not entertained. My name is Maximus Decidius Meridius, Commander of the Armies of the North, General of the Felix Legions, husband to a murdered wife, father to a murdered son, follower of the one true Emperor Marcus Aurelius, and I will have my vengeance in this life. And at the Peter and Cam show is going to be chaos. You've got it in the right order there, by the way, De Gea. It's absolutely the Peter D. Windsor podcast. It is absolutely that. Nothing still from Chris Medlin. This is why Joseph was like, don't go forward. Oh, wow. Well, Joseph was a bit coded, right? Do more. Oh, wow. Were they aware? Was that a coded message from Joseph? Is that why he said do more? Was he already talking at that stage of lift and coast? Is that what he was alluding to? But we thought it was do more as in catch up the next chap. They knew that they were marginal, didn't they? Do more makes the hella sense now. Wow. That is chaos when this news drops. It's going to be massive surprise face. Will Joseph saying do more means much more now with the benefit of hindsight. Will Joseph said do more coded. You guys are brilliant. That's chaos. Do more. They knew they were marginal. Why would they risk it? If you're playing damage control, damage limitation, surely it's not worth the risk. This is asymmetric risk now. Like, why would you do such a thing? Stay tuned, chat. Well, as soon as it leaks, do more. That was Will Joseph's command to Lando Norris during the race, and we all thought he was talking like, why don't just say go harder, right? Go quicker, push. Like, why that do more was very precise in terms of its language, right, JP? You did say do more, Will Joseph said. And now here we are, chat. Here we are, 60 minutes down the road from McLaren's appearance in the stewards. It was code do more lift than coast, mate. And now Lando Norris didn't take heed, and now they're in the FIA doghouse. Well, let's see. This is going to get techie. Breathe, chat, breathe. Breaking news is coming, I promise you, but we need to exercise some patience. Cheeky Lando Norris disqualification potentially coming down the pipe. I'm nervous. Why am I so nervous for? What's wrong? Because it means a lot, doesn't it, as far as the championship is concerned. Why would they have waited so late to tell him to lift and go? Because they don't know. Adam Cooper just said that they have these they've got sensors, but they can't tell exactly how wary the plank wear is. Not in real time. Doesn't make sense. Feels scripted. These scammers are running F1 into the ground with their bull feathers. And no, this is bad. Just break the bloody news. Release the files. What are we doing? What have we got to hide? What happened to transparency? What happened with Oscar? Exactly the same. Excessive plank wear again. Less than 9mm. FIA will say the plank wear was 8. But can you guys see this on the right hand side? You're a legend, Lang. I appreciate you, chap. Can you guys see this on the right hand side? In fact, let me just put up while we're waiting. This is the one. This is the money shot. If you guys are brand new members, get yourself in the Discord. The Discord within which we continue the conversation. Because apparently there's a lot to be discussed, as at the time of writing, 7 minutes to 9 in the AM's British. Why aren't these conversations public, or at least might because they're stupid? The F1 are 10,000 million years behind the rest of the sports. So you can't look at NBA and football in the UK and the NFL in the States, and you can't. It's fool's gold. It's an exercise in futility to compare and contrast. We shouldn't do it. This is getting on long now, isn't it? Nothing Piastri's sabotage, just sabotage. Somebody's getting sabotaged, eh? Donald, you're a legend. I appreciate you, mate. I appreciate you. Far too kind. We are waiting. I reckon we'll get something in and around the next 10 minutes. I have a feeling that we'll get news. It's gone on too long now. McLaren are doing their best to protest everything, ain't they? As Zach Brown, as you'd anticipate, slam dunk disqualification. So why the wait? What's the bloody hold up, FIA? I reckon in the next 10 minutes we'll hang around. I'm not going anywhere until this news breaks. I don't care. I want to know where I stand in the championship. I've seen the results of Las Vegas, and I want to know whether they stand or whether I cannot trust them at the altar of not cheat. It's not cheating. What's the difference between cheating and infringement? Is cheating imply malice? Competitive malfeasance? Yeah, no, you guys are legends. If you're a brand new member, get yourself over to the Discord. There's a link on the community tab. You guys are far too kind and generous. If you're brand new to the channel, do me a favor. Don't hesitate to subscribe. If you like the stream, then like the stream. Again, for the avoidance of doubt, we are waiting. We're waiting on breaking news, chat. Waiting on breaking news, and I'm here for it. 3,500 of you in the chat concurrently. Can I get a membership? You can indeed. There's a cheeky join at the top right hand of your screen. Cameron Chris Medlin's still alive. He is still alive, but he's bloody sleeping, isn't he? Come on, Chris, don't go to bed yet. Nothing being reported as Zach is. Can you imagine? The PR nightmare for Zach Brown if they've infringed 9mm or less. Oh, the humanities. They're mitigating, sir. Behave. What happened to mitigating? This would be chaos if they now turn it around and say, well, there's mitigating. Well, you didn't extend any mitigating circumstances grace to Kimi Antonelli, who transgressed by less than a millimetre, barely visible to the eye his full start was. So this deserves a absolutely protest it. But surely, if I recall right, the right to reply was based upon new evidence being presented, right? They can't just appeal it. So again, this makes me feel a bit loose. Disqualification was for 0.5 of a millimetre, 100%. It doesn't need to be 2 centimetres. Kimi Antonelli, could you even see Kimi Antonelli's full start? I couldn't. It wasn't. I couldn't see it. It wasn't visible. No dry run, FP1, FP2, 100%. It was always going to be marginal, right? Because they didn't get the requisite time to do their proper due diligence. FP2 was too staccato, too stop and start. Limit is 10 millimeters and firm. I think it's 9 millimeters for the rear, JP. I thought it was 10 as well, to be fair. They made a mistake and then Hamilton gets disqualified. It's all rigged. Where is it, chat? Release the tapes. What are we doing? Come on, FIA. What's going on here? Everyone else has gone to bed in the UK now, but your boy out here is so obsessed. Yeah, the limit is 9 millimeters. You can see it on the right-hand side of your screen, right? These are official FIA documents. Brown will ask Piastri to take Dusty's Dustin from Stranger Things. Yeah, can you take this DQ, mate? But I mean, if you mess around, if you play with Max Verstappen fire, at some point, for long enough, at some point you will get burnt. That's the problem. And that's why I always said that the racing gods will at some point turn their back on Lando and Oscar for unnecessary competitive malfeasance. Leave it alone. You've seen how much of a micromanager Andrea Stella is. The way when he gets to the press conference and all the accredited F1 journalists put their phones down in front of him. He's very meticulous in ordering the phones. No. Sky Sport wants to change the skid. They can change the skid block rule, but not now. Like, do you know what I mean? It's already gone. Break the new, release the tapes, FIA. What are we doing here? Where's the microphone? One of you guys said it earlier. Put the microphone in front of it. Why aren't we able to watch? Can you imagine how many views this would get as far as a hearing? More than the OJ trial itself. Pun intended. Hang on. Have we got news? Not yet, chat. Not yet. What are we doing here? I'm playing against Max. The house always wins. Oh, the humanity, JP. I love what you've done there. For those of you just joining, we have breaking news. Incoming to the right of your screen is the latest FIA documentation, meaning therefore that if past this prologue, you can expect a double disqualification of the papaya coloured cars or the ultra excessive plank wear. That's why Lando Norris in the dying embers of the Las Vegas Grand Prix, that's why he was bloody sandbagging, aka lifting and coasting, because what they didn't want to do is wear the plank excessively. It should be an auto DSQ. It should be an automatic disqualification. Here we go. Oh, for crying out loud, David Van Haren. I don't want to see your views, mate. Oh, here we go. Meanwhile, so Eric Van Haren says there's a little talk of glitter and glamour left in Las Vegas paddock. Meanwhile, we're all still waiting for the steward's final verdict over 3.5 hours after the race. That's unacceptable. Per the old mantra of Bernie Ecclestone, former chief of F1, the commercial rights arm. If you can't trust the result, then what can you trust? F1 fans will die out. This is the Drive to Survive era, lest we forget. Release the bloody tapes. Let us know what's going on. Per Eric Van Haren. Again, we're waiting. Yeah, it should be a slam dunk. Everybody's like, it should be a slam dunk, but why are we waiting? Hello, just me here. Listen, it will come soon. We'll wait. Time is on my side. Do you know what I mean? I've got to hold the FIA's feet to the flames. I'm not going anywhere. I'm staying here. I want to hit disqualification. Have you got it automatically? I haven't seen it just yet. Let's not bait each other. Are you sure, Tommy? I haven't heard it just yet. I'll wait for the official channels. I'm not going to go early on this. I don't want to be too premature. Pun intended. Your sudden breath intakes while there is no news of giving me a heart attack break. It's not me, Chris. It's because people are in the chat telling me about, oh yeah, it hasn't broken yet. It's not official. Not official until it's official. Again, in these instances, all F1 journos are created equally. DP World have entered the chat, right? All F1 journos are created equally, but some are created more equal than others. There is value and currency, tender even in truth and veracity. I could have easily come on here and told you that it's official when it is not. It is not official, not yet. You got to wait until the overweight lady sings. There is still FIA farming attention, done deal. It should be a done deal. It should be. Stop gasping. But I'm sorry. I'll stop it, Auntie. It's because you guys are in the chat saying, oh, it's finished. No, it's not done yet. Got to wait till it gets over the line before you say that it gets over the line. 5 a.m. have to wake up at 7 a.m. They should check the top 3 cars every time. They don't check. They don't have the infrastructure, do they? Even though they get paid 100 million, they say. You know what I mean? They don't have the human resources to check every car, every race, which is chaos. It is taking far too long now, John. I agree with you, mate. It is taking far too long. F5 gang. Helmet cackling. Did you hear Helmet? Helmet was like, mate, this has to be a slat. Lando has to get something, said Helmet. And I agree with him. You've got to get something. This is to keep Max in the title fight. This, Clive, is because they fell foul of excessive play. Rules are the rules. Are the rules, are they not? Again, for those of you just jumping in, read the FIA, the latest documentation from the FIA. I know, Tommy, I need to go as well. But again, it's not official until it's official. A disqualification says, and I haven't received any of it. They should disqualify them. But again, as soon as it comes through officially, through the proper channels, trust but verify, I will tell you, I promise. 4,500. JP, we're doing all right here. You know what I mean? We've got to break some news sometimes. Sometimes. In a timely fashion, sacrificing nothing of accuracy. Do you know what I mean? Okay, news coming, I promise you. I reckon in the next 10-15 minutes. It's been a while now though, eh? It has been a minute. They're taking their sweet time on this. This is different. Normally it just comes back slam dunk, 10-15 minutes. Disqualification is the only way, of course it is. But again, bet on FIA consistency at your peril, ladies and gentlemen of F1 jury. Why would McLaren risk? I don't think they did it on purpose. I agree with you though, Hud. I agree with you, Hudson. There's no point in it. There's an asymmetric downside risk from running too low. But again, I feel like they were margining and said, listen, we'll be able to get away with it. The Will Joseph message when he said, quote, do more, end quote, means so much more now, doesn't it? He wasn't saying do more to catch up. He was saying do more to manage for the very aggressive ride heights and so therefore the plank wear. Let's go, Chris. I appreciate you, mate. You're far too kind. Visual, the legend that is. Max is about to pull the greatest heist of the century besides Abu Dhabi 2021. Oh, the humanity. So go on then. For those of you just jumping in, the drivers' standings. If the results are as they stand and no change, the drivers' standing, the gap between Lando and Max will be 42 points. If Lando, as is expected, gets disqualified in conjunction with Oscar Piastri, the delta that everyone's paying attention to between Max, the car number 1, and Lando, car number 4, will be 24 points with 2 Grand Prix remaining and 1 sprint race. If then Max goes and wins both the sprint and both Grand Prix, then the gap will be 9 points. Barcelona. 25. I swear, I knew this was going to come back. I swear, Max was right when he said the only mistake that he made this year was Barcelona. And imagine if that comes back. Oh, the humanity. It's done deal. We just need official kind of clarification. Miami, don't use such words. There's no such thing as a... Have you not been around F1 long enough to know there's no such thing as a done deal? Okay, we're being told that T-minus 10 minutes and then we'll get something come through. Oh, the humanity. You're a legend, by the way, Z. Waiting for the official word. T-minus 10 minutes. So let's talk among yourselves at the back. Is this coded? The books as a plank gate? I don't know, Judy. I don't know. I don't know why they're taking so long, is the point. Surely they just managed that. They see that it's less than 9mm. And open and shut case, Johnson. Just announce it then and there. All the journos are hanging around. They can't even write the articles, bless them, or go home because they're waiting for the official results. Is why it makes sense for me to be behind a camera and a desk, more nimble and agile. Bring you guys the news as it breaks. Karma strikes well. Oh, the humanity. This is more nerve-wracking than the race, eh? Never mess with a lion. Did you hear that Lando? I mean, we need to talk about Andy Cowell. If Andy Cowell's gone to be replaced by Andrea Seidel, there is lots of me. I mean, he's only had like 12 months or less. What are we doing? 10-minute session. I know this is like it's going on long, chat, but again, I don't want to. Got to break the news as the news breaks, and I would be doing you and me a disservice if we didn't do this super long, protracted stream. Refreshing decision document. Yeah, no, and me. Yeah, everybody's on. F1, and they need to take more advantage of this, don't they? According to Kravitz, McLaren is protesting. I didn't hear Ted saying that. Peter Windsor just called it. He said Jim Clark would not have let the plank wear out. Let's go. Probably. That sounds like something Mr. Windsor, the legend, would say. Verdict will come out in December. Yeah, do you know what I mean? Or December of 2026. Just chill out. We're all right. You take your time, FIA. Do you know what I mean? Nothing to see here. There's no stakes involved. No championship to be decided. Nobody cares. Just relax yourself, FIA. You know what I mean? 10,000 years later. Like, what are we doing? Gathering dust over here. The FIA just banned metallic overhang devices that protect. So there was a thing Alonso kept alluding to. He doesn't know where all these teams are getting performance from. And they checked some of the planks, some of the skid planks, didn't they, last race? The Joe Bauer went in there and had a word, Tom Biasis too, and there was a word about things getting banned, that there were not quite phase changing materials being used, but they were leveraging expanding materials with a view to game the system. Maybe is that a BBC Sport thing really? Go on, let's have a look at BBC. What are they saying? And Andrew Benson normally doesn't write that quickly, so I doubt that he'll have something on the Andy Cowell saga. I doubt it very much. Andrew Benson takes about 10 years to write one article, so I don't think he'll be going that way. Here we go. Benson's saying it though. He's just written an article an hour ago that Norris and Piastri face possible disqualification. Come on, Chris Medland. Oscar's redeeming feature. Christian Horner has joined the channel. Let's go. Has joined the chat even. 4,000 of you watching concurrently. And if you're just jumping in, we are awaiting news that the FIA got some news. They're talking because they're using the plates for months so properly they get disqualification for multiple run. No, they'll never retroactively. The FIA would never do that. They would never do that. 3,200 of you watching concurrently. Do me a favour, smash the like. Are the damn stewards at the casino gambling instead of releasing the paper? Of course they are. 100,000%. That's why that has to be why they're taking so long. I don't know what else they're doing. Sort it out. T-5 minutes, I'm told reliably. We'll get an official announcement. Like the content 100%. Benzi, if you like the stream, then do me a favour and like the stream. Let me say this whilst we're waiting, actually. I appreciate you guys to the moon and back. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here listening to me talking extemporaneously about the outcomes, protracted nevertheless, of the Las Vegas Grand Prix, round 22, 2025. And I appreciate that. More than words might convey. It's been almost 2 hours. I know, Akash. I know. It feels, can you smell a rat? Says Vista. Do more stewards. Hurry up. I know, do more. Very well done. Retorta, I see what you've done there. Huh. Okay. All eyes on the Twitters. How crazy? Go on, let me pitch this at you, chat. How crazy is it that we're sitting here as die-hard grizzled F1 fans just watching Twitter? Where's F1 TV covering this high drama? No, apparently it's this is where your boys got to come in and do the heavy lifting for them. It's fine. Don't you chill out. Yeah, take a coffee break. F1 TV, or we'll do it over here for you. Do you know what I mean? 10 minutes past 9 in the AMs, British. We'll cover it. You just relax yourself, F1 TV. Get your feet up. Benson, don't worry about it, mate. Don't pen any more articles. We'll cover it. Nobody reads these days anyway. I'm already hearing not yet. Not yet. Let's not do it premature because it's protracted. This is slightly perturbing. Not that they're being investigated, but the length and breadth. Lest we forget, at 2:15. So that's all. That's a while back now. I don't like it, chat. I'm not going to lie. 60 minutes ago, Chris Medland tweeted that the team are off at 2:15. It's been a bloody while, chat. An hour and a half now, nearly. What are we doing? What's going on, Jay Smith? From Nothing But Love back at you from London, UK. We're a bit, why is F1 I don't know. They're just, well, you do, you understand. There's agency in there, and they're not gonna get your boy. I've been up so bloody long, all night as near as makes no difference. That your boy's voice is breaking again. 411. What's going on here? It's the FI. I love your channel. I appreciate you saying that, Yvonne. We've got to break some new. Like, this is too important. F1 TV, the official bloody media, are behaving as if this thing doesn't matter and not even covering it. This is bizarre. Eddie, you're a legend, mate. Yeah, 100% cheat. So disqualification. Let's go, Max. Maybe they will. Maybe they will notice the F2 engine. I tell you what, the FI have had a bit of a mare. You guys saw already the bloody. You guys saw already the tractors running up and down was the FI Academy cars were going around, and then you get the marshals sprinting across the track while the cars behind them going into turn one are going full pace. What are we doing here? You're a legend. They are checking, Wakasan. They are indeed checking. Yeah. So I'm being told that McLaren requested a double check, as you would. They've got the right to review, right? They've got their representatives have got to check, and then Tom Biasi's have got to recheck, and then they've got to pull out the tape measures and make sure that it is less than 9mm, etc. McLaren will do as any F1 team would do and try and wriggle their way out. But if the initial measurement said less than 9mm, then surely it's less than 9mm. They have to disqualify both of them or none of them, right? Well, I mean, if both of them, not necessarily. FI waiting for Cam to end the chat so that they can post. He's true, Tafts, man. No. We're holding them to account over here. I don't care. I'm not going anywhere until I hear from them. What are we doing? So now they're going to be disqualified. Well, we're waiting on that news, mate. If you had, had you not noticed? But we said we'd stay until we get the breaking news. Like, I could tell you that they're going to definitely disqualify them, but that would be lazy journalism on my part. We don't want to do the citizen journalism thing over here. I'll tell you that it's official when it's official. As soon as it's official, not a second before, not a second after. I promise you that. Like, I feel like I've said that a gazillion times on the not to go scorched earth on you guys, because that's not fair. BBC now reporting the cow. Are they? Oh my gosh! I don't believe you. I just don't believe it. Got to trust but verify. Let's see. Oh yeah, Horner in the running to replace Andy Cowell. Hamilton not looking forward to the 2026 season. Bloody Nora. Andrew Benson's written 3 articles. It must be a leap year. Benson's penned 3 articles in the last 10 minutes. What's going on? Although he's probably embargoed, right? Everybody's releasing their news whilst everybody's waiting on news. Quite smart. If you don't want the news to get read. Come on, Chris Medland. Show us something, mate. F5 crew, eh? Release the plank files. Let's go. Stella back in the McLaren garage. Between you and Matt and Tommy, there have been about X number of viewers. You're a legend, Max. I appreciate you, mate. Unbelievable settings, this. Unbelievable. I'm too nervous. Been going a while, eh, chat? This is techie. F5 gang. Go on then. Unbelievable. Soon, chat. This means McLaren's have been running those heat-expanded titanium plates all season. Potentially, Robert. You're too kind, mate. Having the edge over the rest of the thing, or I'm overthinking. It doesn't necessarily... Correlation, comma, causation. The former does not necessarily imply the latter is the truth of it. That's the truth. 1 hour 30. Hang on. You can't say so definitively. Again, it's Sagan's standard, right, that extraordinary claims require to substantiate them extraordinary evidence, some say. Release the tapes. It's coming, chat, soon. Soon. We'll get there, I promise you. We'll be there in the end. Just bear with. I know patience is a virtue, and that them's is all words. What do you mean to tell me McLaren can be disqualified? No, not from the entire season. This isn't. What do you think this is? Float like a bee. This is 2008 and Spygate or something. No. Kim Illman. Stella stormed straight into hospitality, and McLaren media officer shooed at the press. So it's coming soon, chat. Soon. Come on, 1:16 a.m. in the morning. I know it's unacceptable, isn't it? I just want to be able to go to bed and know the outcome of a race. Is that too much to ask? Apparently, in the weird and wacky world that is F1, they say having a skid shaves. I mean, it just allows you to be able to run closer to the ground, doesn't it? That's the problem. Yeah, coming soon. So Andreas Stella's come out from that. You're a legend, Z, by the way. Andreas Stella's come out. He's returned from the FI meeting, went straight into the hospitality suite, leaving the press officer to address the dozens of media by himself. Oh my gosh. Luca's advised us that we can leave, and once the decision has been formally announced, they will issue a press statement. I will share that with you when it's so. Okay, decision incoming, chat. That's per Kim Illman. Oh, the humanity. About a couple of minutes ago. Oh my gosh, this is chaos. Right, it's coming, chat. It is coming. We're nearly there. Telling you, imminently, within the next 10 potentially. Oh, the humanity. This is going to how can they not, chat? With Liam Parker as the chief communications officer of the of Formula One, even the commercial arm. I don't know how it can take so long, but Stella's out now. So whatever they're going to say, they just got to go and say it now. Sack off the press statement. Okay, Adam Cooper writes, confirms to waiting journalist McLaren F1 that there will be no Andrea Stella media session tonight, but there will be a statement after the FIA verdict is official, a clear indication that it is likely to be a double disqualification for Norris and Piastri, writes Adam Cooper. Likely. Oh, the humanity. Foursome says to be 5-time champion. Says that only Debate. Oh, the humanity debate. What are we doing? What are we doing? Not yet, chat, not yet. No, let me chill out. Not yet. Nearly there, nearly. No, not yet, chat. It's not official yet. Soon, though. I mean, why are they taking so bloody long? Because Stella's out here protesting to the nth degree, right? The back of his teeth. I feel like the disqualification is coming. It is coming. It's coming, but it hasn't come just yet. Pause. Not just yet. Not just yet. I mean, shirkers any. Yeah, we're out here shirking it, trying to break some news. Do you know what I mean? How very dare F1. Stay tuned, chat. It's coming. 4,000 of you watching. Do me a favour. Smash the like. This means a lot. Got to cover the sport. I owe it to the sport. Bookies have pulled the WDC market. Of course they have. Don't jump the gun, Cam. No, I shouldn't be singing that out, should I? You're all right. I want to see your O face. The reaction's going to be chaos here. Oh, bloody Nora. So they're dragging their feet here. Unbelievable. Right, stay tuned. I'm not going anywhere, chat. Like Wolf of Wall Street. I'm not leaving. Give me the results. Let me know what's going on. Soon to be 5-time champion. Imagine if it was predestined or something like that. We said, I mean, I'm not going to give myself a pat on the back because my crystal ball is as murky as the next person's, right? But we did say earlier on in the season that at some point, sooner or later, that the racing gods were going to turn their backs on McLaren. Not like that. I'm not being insidious or anything. But if you incessantly meddle in the competitive landscape and put your finger on the weighing scales of competition, then at some point there's going to be a catch-up accrual to be had from the racing gods. They're not going to like that, are they? Karmic justice never sleeps. You know what I mean? Front row seats each and every single time. I will go and have a shower. Me and you both, Max, but I'm not going anywhere. I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving. It's 9:20 and I'm not going anywhere. Stella's left, so there's an announcement incoming. What that would be amazing. Let me review. This is important for those of you who are just joining. On the right hand side of the screen there you can see the last FIA document, the official one that's been released, meaning therefore that both McLarens, Max is in the chat, let's go, that both McLarens are being investigated. If Max Verstappen's in the chat, listen, do it. So both McLarens are being investigated. Why? Because of excessive plank wear. Both car number 4 and car number 81 being Lando Norris and Oscar Jack Piastri, that both of them, their planks were measured at less than 9mm. That therefore would be an infringement, wouldn't it? And that's techier than techie things. $30 chat. Flipping Nora. So go on, we'll get something by the hour basically. 2:58. 40 or by 10 to. Okay. Oh, and breathe. 4,000 of you in the chat concurrently, all of whom are fans of Formula One. Apparently, the FIA are not, or at least they disrespect us and our time. But you know what? I'm not leaving. Wolf of Wall Street says it's not going anywhere. Franz Herman is the cousin of Joe Barr. I don't think he is. I'm not leaving. I want to see what the result is. I want to go about my race weekend. I want to go about my life. Do you know what I mean? Knowing the gap between Max Verstappen and Lando Norris in the championship was 42 points and is now 24 points with 2 Grand Prix and 1 sprint race to go. When is it coming out? Within the next 28 minutes. I am told reliably. You're a legend, by the way, Z. T-minus 28. Let's go. Oh, the humanity. This is bloody nerve-wracking now. I don't even know. I'm refreshing. I am refreshing. We are checking. Why don't you take a tea break, as Sir Lewis Hamilton would say? What's the point right now? It's nonsense. Can you expedite for your decision making so that we can all go and lead our lives? Like, what's the hold up here? What's the hold up? Longest 10 minutes of my life. I dashed. It's going to be about 30 minutes max, I think. We'll get by the hour, on the hour, I reckon, and not before. But as soon as we know, I will break it. Not 1 second before. Yeah, Andy Cowell gone. Insane. Chat. Insane. Maybe he does go across the Macau. Who knows, right? Andy Cowell that's techie from Andy. Breaking news, my drink taste. Your boy, you know what? I haven't even had any water yet. I need to get my bloody Red Bull on. I mean, waiting another 10 minutes. Judy, it's coming. I promise it. Can you... Either way, people are going to lose their minds. If they disqualify them, that's chaos, but we almost expect it at this point. If they don't disqualify them, we march, we ride at dawn. Then there needs to be, can you imagine the explanation? It's going to be about 10 pages. Like we adjudicated there to be less than, there to be 9mm or less as far as the excessive plank wear. However, on this occasion, we're extending extenuating circumstances to the papaya coloured car by dint of the fact that Mohammed Ben Sulayem, as the FI president, has a relationship with DP World, and DP World are the sponsors and commercial benefactors of all of McLaren's successes in the Drivers' Championship in 2.5, and therefore we adjudicate on this occasion that McLaren have fallen foul of fortuitous circumstances or lack thereof. No further investigation, no further questions. Can you imagine? It would be just like Formula One to do something so silly, wouldn't it? So absolutely silly. What are we doing? It must be the plank. What are we doing here? All right, we're going. FIA, talk your way out of this. Can you imagine? JR. No, there is no talk to be done. Bring me the tapes. I want the truth. You can't handle the truth, FIA. I want the truth. Bring me the truth. I deserve the truth. Been watching this thing all bloody night at this stage. Devoid of sleep and food and light and water. Can't sing not just yet. This is silly. It is a bit stupid. It's disrespectful on the fans. No other sport in the world would do this. I'll tell you that much. No other sport in the world would do this. It's a joke. It is a joke. What are we doing here? Can you It is about 100% about Planquare. And originally people thought that it was potentially originally we thought potentially it was a fuel sample. Remember, for the avoidance of doubt, that the rules dictate that you've got to have at least 1 litre in there. And this is going back to Spa Franco's charm and George Russell's cheeky disqualification, etc., etc. But it is not that. The reason why Lando Norris was being told do more by Will Joseph had something to do with this. Lift and coast was to make sure that they didn't go too hard or aggressive on excessive Planquet, and they did. Adam Cooper, legendary F1 accredited journo, says the following: that they have sensors using which they can see, but they can't check the extent of the Planquet in real time. But they've got a rough understanding as to how aggressive they've been. It took them 45 minutes to 100%, because it was, I mean, if it was Lewis, if it was Lewis, it would have been like 2 hours ago. They would have just measured it and said, well, just throw him out. Do you know what I mean? No need for any further review or inquiry. Just throw him out. There is less fuel in the plank. That's it. Good, very good, Lee. I was like, what's he talking about? And then I realised, come on, Chris Medland, do me a favour, mate. Can you imagine being an accredited journo with a flight to catch? I think they're cheeky, the FIA. I just think they just disrespect all related parties. It's not good enough. I think there's a lesson to be learned. Could be plank and fluid. It's a good shout, but no, everyone's saying that it's fuel. Everybody's saying, excuse me, that it's not fuel, it's the plank. And FIA, on the right hand side of your screen, pay attention to the official documents now. The FIA is saying that it's 9 millimeters or less, and that's why the investigation took place in the first place. Who is Lewis Hamilton? We are checking, the FIA say. We are checking. You know what I mean? What are we doing here? Lewis would have been DQ'd on the podium. They would have ripped it off him, wouldn't they? Put your trophy down, Lewis. You're coming with us. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you do say may be held against you in a court of law as evidence. Is that blowing the steer? I don't know what's going on. If it is max 30 minutes open and shut case, verdict, this is BS. British bias settings, chat. What are we doing here? Get a move on. Come on, FIA. This is ludicrous. I've got a life to live. I've got a wife, or at least I had a wife and a child the last time I checked, before I sacrificed them both at the altar of F1 fandom. Decision coming, right? Where's my guy on this? Horner joining McLaren. Horner's joining everybody. Aston Martin. He might have a double contract, a minute contract that allows him to work for both. At this rate. GP. Right there. I've just been reliably informed that Giampiero Lambiase might be tuning in. GP, you're a legend, chap. Listen, you're welcome on the channel. If indeed you are watching, sir, you're welcome on the channel anytime you want. I feel like we'd have a fire conversation round the outside. 2 trailer park girls go round the outside. MBS loves Lando. Oh, the humanity. Just disqualify them already. What are we doing? Decision coming. Okay. No, I'm not frozen. I'm refreshing, chat. I want to bring it to you as soon as I know. Come on, FO. What are we doing here? 4,000 of you watching Conconi. Do me a favour and smash the like. This is breaking news, and it's a seminal moment in the championship. I would have sacked it off already and just gone about my business. Do you know what I mean? But if we're talking about purveying the competitive landscape, if it's 42 points this morning and in a couple of minutes it will be 24, that's humongous, of course. That's a seminal moment for the championship in 2025. How dare I think for a second of not breaking that news and sharing it with you and doing the reaction. You know what I mean? That would be as disrespectful to Formula One as Formula One are disrespectful to Formula One. Do you know what I mean? And we don't want to. We don't want to. We don't want to do that. Yeah, let's go. Yeah, no, come on. Two trailer park girls go around the outside. Around. It's a good line. That it's a good line. I want to take credit for it, but of course it's Eminem. And then in the second instance, you got to give it loading, Kieran. And in the second instance, you got to defer to Giampiero Lambiase, the legend, the goatiest of all race engineers to have ever race engineered, long-time friend and work colleague, a former performance engineer, the one that they call Blake Kinsey, aka Break F1. Oh my gosh, the stream of Windsor tomorrow is going to be chaos. 4,500 of you watching Conconi. Do me a favour. If you like the stream, then like the stream. Por favor. Chaos. Can you say 4 soon to be 5 times? I want to do the but it's too soon. It's not over till the overweight lady sings. As soon as it happens, you will know on here. Not a second before, not a second afterwards. LN number 1. I don't fancy that. I'm going to be honest with you. As good as Lando Norris has been the past couple race weekends, the mistake, the error of the unforced variety is never far from trackside, is it? Again, he was perfect as near as makes no difference coming into this race weekend. However, then Max Verstappen steals his lunch money going into turn 1. Super aggressive in the defense. Finally, Lando Norris gets his elbows out. Defensive posture settings, Michael Schumacher settings, Max Verstappen settings. But then Max is like, you know what? I'll give you that, mate. How about you focus on the only thing that matters here? The first order priority is nailing your braking point, chap, so that you don't go wide on the combined entry. What are you doing? Where are you going, Lando? Max, where are you going, chap? Keep it on the island, fella, on the black stuff. What you were meant to be. This is what Ronald Vording said about the bloody Lando Norris tape, didn't he? Do you remember? Ronald Vording was like, well, if you're competing for a driver championship in the upper echelon motorsport formula, then what's all this tape about? You can't reverse park. I say all that tongue in cheek, of course, because Lando hasn't been too bad over the past couple of. But the unforced errors, just like with modern day journalism, are never far from the 4 as far as Lando Norris, because they've passed his prologue, of course. Right, a couple of minutes away, chat. It's coming. It is coming. I can feel it in my loins. Oh dear. All right, let's go. Right, let's go. Lando was hitting too many curbs. He was a bit messy, weren't he, to be fair? Breaking these in 10 more minutes. No, say it's not so, please. Right, we were told in T-minus 15, I think. I think we'll get something in the next 15 minutes. But again, I've been saying that for the last 7 million hours, eh? Blow your nose, Cameron. It's not complicated. Your 5-year-old can do that, or soon to be 5. Lando is a little no, I can't read that out. That's techie. Lisa's lost his intent. I can't even do the Lewis conversation. I can't do the Lewis conversation. I've never seen somebody make so many mistakes as I just can't do it. I'm sick and tired. I am. Russell locked up and Lawson had to avoid. Yeah. What are the points standing if they're DQ'd? Super Dan, if you're just joining, Max Verstappen is currently 42. If the result stands as it is, as at the time of writing, Max Verstappen is 42 points adrift of the one that they call Lando Norris, or Lando Norris 2.0 in the drivers. 24 points. If Lando gets DQ'd, that comes down by 18 points to 24 points with 2 Grand Prix and 1 sprint race remaining at Qatar and Abu Dhabi. Now, if Maximilian Verstappen wins every single race and Max comes second in every single race, that will come down by a further 15 points down to 9 points. There needs to be stuff. Lando can't come second every race if Max is to become 4, soon to be 5-time champion. Therein lies the problem. No, you're a legend. You're a legend. See, I appreciate you, mate. And breathe. and breathe. But what the hell, man? How come so long? Is it snowing, Cameron? It's not snowing, Geeters, but your boys, I wouldn't even know. I haven't looked outside today. I've been too locked into this thing that we call F1 dusting from the shade. All right, look, impending. I feel by the hour at the very least. Andrea Stella's out. I feel like they're just... I don't like it though, chat. I'll be honest with you. I have a funny feeling about this. I have a very, very funny feeling about this. Why they're taking so long? Size does matter. You know, Zach has told Jenna Fry of the AP that they're getting DQ'd. I haven't heard anything. Trust but verify with this, and I'm waiting for the... It's taking too long. Normally a slam dunk. Everybody's like, what are we doing here? Like, what? Hurry up. What are we doing? As soon as I know, you guys will know as well. Not a second before, not a second after. And the reaction's going to be chaos. Oh my gosh. Come on, FIA. Get moving, chaps. What are we doing here? Sort out your life, FIA. What are you doing? You'll forgive me for keep wiping my nose. I'm crying. I'm mourning the championship campaign of the one that they call Lando Norris 1.0, aka Dustin from Stranger Things. The humanity. That's going to be it, isn't it, Mr. Disrespect? As soon as I find out, a cheeky the humanity. But again, I'm refreshing. 4,300 of you in the chat can currently do me a favour and smash that like if you like the stream. Of course, I appreciate you guys. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you are here with me, listening and watching me talk extemporaneously in a way that sometimes makes sense about the weird and wacky world that is F1 the humanity. Zach Briatore. Plank Pyre rules. Unbelievable. You're a legend. Bjorn Christian. I appreciate you, mate. Noticed you in the race looked like Oscar had fire. They were sparking a lot, weren't they? And now the message from Will Joseph to Lando Norris. Do more. What do you think? What were they speaking? Do more. He wasn't on about catch George. He was on about manage for the excessive plank wear risk. That's what they were on about. Okay. I think we're close, chat. T minus 21 minutes maximum, methinks. I think they might just drop it on the hour. But as soon as I know, you'll know. So stay tuned. 4,000 of you watching concurrently. And I appreciate each and every single one of you. Here we go. Artificial championship tie. It's too techie, this. It's too techie. Chat, what are we all still doing here? Waiting for the news to drop. I want the truth. The FIA can't handle the truth. But I'm not leaving. Wolf of Wall Street settings. I'm not going anywhere. We need to hold these bods to account. What one must. Simply. It has to be done. It must. Right, let's go. Come on, FIA. Let's be having you. T minus 10 minutes. Will Buxton confirms. What's Will Buxton? It's confirmed. Hang on. It isn't confirmed just yet. No, not confirmed. No. Let's not chill out. Nothing just yet. If anything other than disqualification, Cameron Susie, please interview FI officials and the fiasco decision. I wouldn't. I couldn't. I couldn't. Do says Robert. I think it's coming. I think it's imminent, chat. Couple of minutes. Bear with. I think it's gonna go. This is worse than waiting for the OJ trial result. Does anybody remember that? Is anybody old enough in here for the OJ results? Chaos, mate. That was ridiculous. Look, stay away, Cameron. Living in the UK, and I will never learn the news otherwise. I appreciate you saying that, Dr. Disrespect. It's chaos. Oh, come on. Let's go. Oh, I'm not leaving. Release the documents now. All the hounds. Boy's getting delusional out here. I've got nothing. I need some. Chester, 10,000 hour stream. Although I've always harboured aspirations to do a 12-hour stream. This might be it involuntarily. Jennifer confirmed via Zach Brown. So then why is Zach Brown tells me Norris? Oh my gosh. Oh no. Oh no. Has it been confirmed? Then your boys missed it. Oh no. No way. GP, the legend that is. What are we doing? Release the tapes. FIA. You guys are telling me it's confirmed, but I'm not seeing confirmation here. Confirmed by. Tell you what's been confirmed. Christian Horner's been confirmed to Aston Martin. I haven't seen it confirmed, chat, and I'm scared. I don't know. I can't. It's just too important. The standings have been updated. Behave yourself. No way. No way. Zach Brown has told Jenna, oh my gosh, that both McLaren will be disqualified. Oh, the humanity. What are we doing? Maximilian Verstappen, it sounds like I don't want to release the hounds just yet. This is chaos, chat. What are we doing here? I need to hear it from multiple sources to confirm it. It's techie. It is techie, this. Come on. Jenna Fryer. Jenna Fryer's a good one though, to be fair. Standings have been updated. Behave yourself. Oh, let me see. 24 points. Oh, they've updated the standings. F1 official. Oh shoot, they have updated the standards. Oh my gosh! Max Verstappen is 24 points behind. F1 have updated the standings. It's done. It's gonzo. Disqualification at the very least. Well, both of them have been disqualified. Yeah, I've just seen it. Max Verstappen now sits on 366 points. Lando Norris, 390. Oh, the humanity. What are we doing, chat? That is chaos. 366 points for Lando Norris. They've took him out. Excessive plank wear, mate. You're gone. You're done. It's finished. Oh my gosh. Confirmed now. Chris Medland confirms. There we go. Norris and Piastri disqualified from the Las Vegas Grand Prix. As at 9:45 British. Oh, the humanity. It's done. They've updated they've updated it. Oh, what are we doing, chat? Thank the racing gods. It's back on, chat. We have ourselves a championship of the drivers variety. What are we doing? Oh, Let's go. Chris Medland's confirmed it. When you go on F1.com, they've also confirmed it. Lando Norris has 390 points. The delta between him and Oscar Piastri, both level on 366 points, is now 24 points going into the last two Grand Prix. Can you say pressure, ladies and gentlemen of the F1 jury? It's going to get techier than techie things. I don't even know what to make of it. I don't even know where my mind's at. It's far too early in the morning here now. 400,000 of you watched 4,000, 400,000. What are you doing, Cameron? 4,000. Max Verstappen 24 points. Here's where we are though, chat. I want to state this. I don't want to pour water on everybody's positivity and enthusiasm. However, it's important to note this. If Max Verstappen wins every race, the sprint as well, and Lando Norris finishes second, Max Verstappen will take another 15-point bite out of that current points haul delta, leaving 9 points spare. It's not over. It's not over, chat. I tell you what, I'm gonna march. If Max Verstappen loses this championship by 9 points, the 9 points that he gave away at the Barcelona, the Spanish Grand Prix, I'm gonna have to march. We're gonna have to do something, chat, because it's too much. That is levels. Oh my goodness. Oh, sees, this is too chaotic. I can't even. Right, let's to round as we round third on the stream. Let me just do something very quickly. You guys need to see this. You've waited long enough for it to be official. This is unprecedented scenes. I'm glad that we're here to witness it together. It is confirmed, says Chris Medland. Let's go. As of 2 minutes ago. Oh, the humanity. Lest we forget, they've bloody updated the thing as well. Let me show you this. Couple things to show you as we round third on this stream. And again, I'm grateful ad infinitum to each and every single one of you for staying tuned, staying locked in and locked on. This is chaotic. Right, I need to prepare two things and then I will show you, just so you guys can rest and go about your merry Sunday. Pleasant in the knowledge that Max Verstappen is no longer 42 points behind the lead in the Drivers' Championship. Oh no, he's 24. Oh, the humanity. I know people who are ready to dance on Max Verstappen's grave. I do know of people that were ready to do that. Well, dance on Max Verstappen's grave now. What are you talking about? Not leaving. What are you talking about? Put some respect on his name. Tell me there's a chap in the championship in 2.5 more deserving than Max Verstappen. You know what I mean? There is karmic justice in here. The racing gods will not be too kind on McLaren for getting involved too much, excessively, insidiously in the competitive landscape. Take your thumb off the weighing scales of competition. Andrea Stella, Zach Brown, Rob Marshall, et al. I need to show you guys this. Right, let's go. As we wrap, it's important. We've got to tie up some loose ends here. This is important, chat. I mean, there's got to be a payoff, right? There's got to be a crescendo and or a climax. If indeed we are. Right. It is confirmed. Oh, the humanity. I can't believe it. I'm so happy. It's been worth it. The longness has been. It's almost made more salacious. That the payoff is made more material by the long duration that we've had to wait for it. Right, it tastes sweeter because of the length and breadth of the wait between finding out that there was the investigation and the ultimate outcome of it. I feel somehow more invigorated at 10 to 10 in the AMs British. Do you know what I mean? I do feel more invigorated and I feel ready to go. I could stream for another 12 hours, but I wouldn't do such a thing to you. We need to just see the official documents while your boy out here prepares them on his screen. Imagine that the way that the news, the humanity, the FIA broke the news on the official website by updating the standings in the Drivers' Championship first. Oh, the humanity, chat. What are we doing? That is chaos. Let's do one of these and let's get. That is proper chaos, chat. Right, and then we need to do one of these and then I will show you something. What are we doing here? Please, I can't cope with it. It is far too much for me to cope. Your boy's just preparing on the fly. You guys will need to see this. You don't need to see me. Right, here we go. It is what you need to know. You can see, as at 9:45 British, 6 minutes ago now, Chris Medland published this. And this is why this is important, because it influences materially the way that the Drivers' Championship is heading. Here's what Chris Medland confirmed. And again, for the avoidance of doubt, all F1 journalists are created equal, but some are created more equal than others. In a circumstance as gargantuan, as seminal a moment as this, you've got to trust but verify, right? Two confirmed sources. Chris Medland in the first instance confirms that Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri have been disqualified from the Las Vegas Grand Prix for technical non-conformity, 9mm or less on the plank at the rear. Oh, the humanity. It's about bloody time. They took long enough, eh? And then, if you want confirmation, on the official F1 website, here are the drivers' standings, lest we forget. Lando Norris previously was on 408 points. The gap between him and Maximilian was 42 points. He's now no longer, after that ruling, on 408 points in the drivers' standings. He's on 390 now, just updated as at 7 minutes ago. Chaos. Max Verstappen on 366 points in joint second place, by the way, with one Oscar Jack Piastri. Oh, the humanity. Oscar Piastri can't be feeling nice about, well, Oscar Piastri versus Lando, he's got to feel nice. But how many points has Max Verstappen taken out of that lead over the course of the past 2 months? More than he would care to remember, and that's where it gets techier than techie things, chat. I don't even know what to say, but I'm ecstatic. We have ourselves a championship back, ladies and gentlemen of the F1 jury. There are the points on the right hand side of your screen. The gap, most pertinently, between Maximilian Verstappen and Lando Norris sits, as at the time of writing, at 24 points, with 2 races and 1 sprint race remaining. It will get techier than techie things. You guys have been legends each and every single time, and great for Ad Infinitum for your entertaining my extemporaneous monologue about all things F1. We had to do that today though, because this is a seminal moment in not only the championship but potentially in F1 history. Official Maximilian Verstappen 24 points behind. Can you say Max Verstappen, we're not leaving. Back, usual service, normal scheduling resumes. You guys have been legends. I'm grateful ad infinitum to each and every single one of you. For why? Because you could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with me talking about the weird and wacky world that is F1. Oh, the humanity.